that he would be willing to pay whatever you want to fight Crawford.
Fine.
Yeah.
If he's willing to pay whatever I want.
This is not a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? He's special.
In life are you gonna get to make 100 and something million? Look at Evan. Coach Evans.
CaneloAlvarez, the famous boxing champion from Mexico, has said he is ready to fight Terence Crawford if the money is right. This news has made boxing fans very excited, as both fighters are known to be some of the best in the sport.
Why not? Why not? I think Crawford don't get me wrong. He's a great fighter. But for me, in my weight class, it's an easy fight. For me, easy money. So if the money is right, I'm in. Because, you know, I don't like to fight guys like Crawford because he move a lot and the fight is not that great. I saw Crawford the last fight and he don't move that much now. So...
Ryan Bomac McIntyre, Crawford's trainer, said he is very happy about the upcoming fight. He said this is a long-awaited chance for Crawford to show his skills against a strong opponent like Canelo.
First off, how excited are you about it, and break the fight down for us?
Well, I ain't gonna break the fight down for you because I don't want to get a game plan away. But I'm excited for Terence more than anything to get the fight that he wants, to show the world that he's great. He's great, one of the greats that laced up the gloves. And so it's my job as a trainer. It's a job of Saul, a job of Red, whoever else is coming in camp with us, Bernie, to lead him to that win.
A lot of people make a lot about the 21-pound difference, the 14-pound difference, however you want to look at it. And they're saying that they think that is just going to be too much, a bridge too far for Terence Crawford, that the size and the strength of Canelo Alvarez will carry the day, ultimately wearing the perceivably smaller Terence Crawford down. What do you say about that?
I tell you like this. The man must have seen something when he called Canelo out, because you got to remember, Bud called Canelo out. So he must see something in order for him to get that win. And he know he can win. So like I said before, it's our job to get him to that point.
I talked to Jose Benavidez Jr. about the fight between Terence and Canelo Alvarez. A glowing report from Jose Benavidez Jr. about Terence Crawford, saying that Canelo Alvarez better not sleep on Terence Crawford because he is an effing beast.
Well, you know, he been in there with Bud, so he understands, you know, what Bud can bring to what brings to the table. So he just giving that warning out to this, not only Canelo, he giving the warning out to all the bettors out there that's going to bet against
Terence Crawford is going to earn a huge amount of $135 million for this fight, making it one of the richest matches in boxing history. This big payday shows how important the event is and how much Crawford's status in the boxing world is growing.
You heard what Bud said. Weight class is for a reason. But then Bud and his team heard the TBV show. Then it's like, yo, you know what? Bud, we could throw the towel in. We gonna shimmy all the way to the bank. We gonna drop this 9 figures in the bank. We got you. Do we believe we could beat them? Yeah. What other opportunity in life are you gonna get to make 100 and something million? Look at Evan. Coach Evans said 150. Bud, he think Bud gets. What other opportunity in life you gonna get to make 150 million? Also be able to have an eject button. If you doing good, the towel never come out. Shit get ugly, the towel come out. They not about to just let Canelo beat on Crawford if Crawford can't handle Canelo. You understand? It's not going to be a pride thing. You know, Bomac been there all his life.
Open talk with Joe Rogan. Crawford showed strong confidence about his chances in this big fight. He said he believes in his skills and is ready for the challenge, showing his strong determination to win against Canelo.
You know what I mean? But I believe in my skills and my ability, and I believe in my team. I believe we'll come up with something that, you know, will be suitable for me to be successful in that fight.
That would probably be the biggest fight in boxing.
Definitely.
That fight would be gigantic.
It would.
That would be a big one.
Boxer Tim Chu shared his thoughts on the upcoming fight, saying that Crawford might find it hard to outbox Canelo. He said the result could depend a lot on which version of Canelo shows up, and pointed out Canelo's experience and ability to adapt.
Canelo, it depends on what kind of Canelo rocks up, and Canelo is very, very experienced but at the same time, he's had a lot of fights, which means that there is a time that you do go downhill as well. So I don't know. It's an interesting fight.
It's a crazy fight. I like it. A lot of fans have said like they're not interested because of the weight difference. But like to me, it's like I want to see how he's able to deal with the weight difference.
Yeah, but the thing is, Canelo used to be a 154 as well, So there is a slight weight division difference, but then Terence is coming up from 130. So
yeah, he's a lot smaller. Yeah, Canelo's like a little mini tank, man. He's like his bones are he's just a stocky dude.
Big.
And this fight is being called a historic showdown between two of the best fighters of their time. It is set to happen during the Riyadh season and is expected to get worldwide attention and help both fighters build their legacy.
Right. As you see here, Terence Bud Crawford is back training. Is he training for that May showdown with Saul Canelo Alvarez? A mega fight? That's a mega fight. In movies, you have blockbuster movies like Star Wars, Independence Day. This is a blockbuster fight. This is a massive fight. Two of the best guys in their era facing off against one another. This would be explosive. And it's supposed to be Riyadh season, Cinco de Mayo. This is a fight that reportedly Canelo Alvarez has agreed now. That's huge. Who y'all got winning this fight? You see Terence Bud Crawford training. Is he training for Canelo Alvarez? Drop a comment in the comments.
Terence Crawford, with that intense gaze of his, throws down the gauntlet at Gervonta Tank Davis. It was pure the smaller fighter might struggle to land strong punches and to handle Canelo's power, warning that some people might be underestimating how much this size gap could matter.
Say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing. Okay, Madrimov was a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions. Canelo Alvarez will take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G, the heaviest hitter in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a champ. I don't think Crawford has anything to beat.
People have started comparing the careers of both fighters. Critics say that while Canelo has fought and beaten top-level opponents, Crawford's list doesn't include big names like Gennady Golovkin, which raises questions about his experience at the very highest level.
G on Bud's resume. There's no Trout on Bud's resume. There's no Daniel Jacobs on Bud's resume. Canelo is the one that's fought the elite level opposition. It's Canelo that fought Laura. There is no Laura on Bud's resume. There is no Laura on Bud's resume. Bud has never faced a multiple division champ. Bud has never faced a multiple division champ.
Yeah, but Bud is an elite boxer.
So you're an elite boxer, but you haven't fought elite
boxing. Legend Juan Manuel Marquez has shared doubts about Crawford moving up 2 weight classes for this fight. He said weight classes exist for a reason and is worried that this big jump might not be the best choice for Crawford.
I like the fight because Terence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing, it has divisions. You know what I mean?
Right, weight classes.
Weight classes
for a reason.
Weight classes and Terence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, but I think more. I remember when Terence Crawford fought with Madrimov.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with no power, and 3 more divisions. 2 more divisions. I think it's a top fight for Terence Crawford, but Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He has a great defense. He has a good combination punches, but I think The weight class is no good for.
Former super middleweight champion Caleb Plant has shared his excitement about the upcoming fight. He praised the great skills of both fighters and expects it to be an exciting and competitive match that will grab the attention of boxing fans all over the world.
Terence is not a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? He's special. And, you know, Canelo, he's a top-notch fighter, world-class fighter. Still on the pound-for-pound list, I'm sure towards somewhere near the top. And it's exciting. You know, Terence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. He can fight from both ways. Orthodox, southpaw. He can fight at mid-range, close range, outside. And he can fight going both ways. So it's exciting. It's exciting. It's a big question mark on the end of it, though. So that's why, you know, I'm sure all of us are excited for that bell to ring and, you know, be able to find out firsthand.
Responding to concerns about the size difference, Crawford downplayed the idea that Canelo has a big advantage. He said that Canelo isn't a huge opponent and reinforced his confidence in taking on the challenge.
Canelo, would you ever entertain a fight with Benavidez?
Benavidez is a big dude. Not to say I won't fight him, but the only reason why I entertain Canelo is because he's not a big dude. He might be thick, you know what I mean, but he's not a big dude. Benavidez is like 6 foot something, come in 190, 200 probably, you know what I mean? I might as well go to heavyweight if I fight Benavidez.
Yeah, I thought that at one point when Volkanovski was champion. I had retired and I was like, dude, the only fight that I would really want to come back for, this dude's 5'6" and he's pound for pound.
Right.
So it's like, I understand what you're looking at. You're like, you know what?
You just size him up.
Yeah.
You just size him up, especially when you're going into a bigger weight class, size him up and you see your event.
Boxing analysts have talked a lot about how the weight class could affect the fight. Some think that if the fight were at 154 or 157 pounds, Terence Crawford would have the advantage because of his skills and experience in those lower weight classes. But if the fight is at 168 pounds, many analysts believe CaneloAlvarez would have the edge because of his natural size and weight. Canelo's ability to fight well at this heavier weight, along with his power and strength, has led many to think he would win if the fight were at that weight.
And Canelo were to come to fruition, you see that being competitive still, even with the 21-pound difference, Jim?
If I'm Crawford, I don't want to have to go up to 168 pounds to get the fight. I want to somehow gull Canelo into thinking that it's okay to fight him at, you know, best of all possible worlds, 154. But if I'm Terence Crawford, I want to try to make clear that there's no way you're going to get me to come into the ring at 168. That's your game, not mine. If Crawford is able to get Canelo down to 160, and so this depends on what I see out of Canelo this weekend.
Right.
But let's say he has a good fight, not a great fight, and he wins. If Crawford can get him down to 160, I make it a pick-em fight. If Crawford can get him down to 154 or 157, Crawford is, in my view, a big favorite in the fight. 160.
The sports. Commentators Stephen A. Smith and Andre Ward have discussed the upcoming fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, focusing on the impact of the weight class. They pointed out that some people might underestimate Crawford's abilities, especially his exceptional skills and determination. Both analysts emphasized that while Canelo's natural size advantage at 168 pounds
Terence Crawford, with that intense gaze of his, throws down the gauntlet at Gervonta Tank Davis.
Should not be ignored.
It was pure fireworks.
They believe Crawford
didn't waste a breath.
Well in tough
he wanted Davis in the ring.
Could make him a strong opponent, even against a bigger and more powerful fighter like Canelo.
Do you think is out there now that we all should want to see, where we probably get more than we expected? What's the ideal fight?
The game is different, man. It's a lot of strategy going on with guys not taking fights and why they not taking fights. I like the Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez fight. A lot of people say, you know,
so do I,
that I'm crazy for thinking that Terence Crawford could win that fight. And my thing is like, okay, well, if you don't think that Terence Crawford can outbox Canelo Alvarez, you may have to check your IQ.
You're not watching. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And there's a reason why Canelo Alvarez ain't jumping at that fight. He fought Amir Khan, which was, I think, 2 weight classes lower than him. So the weight thing ain't that
at least
big.
The weight class. Canelo. And he fought Charlo.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm missing with that. So that's a fight. That's a fight that I would really like to see. That's a dangerous fight for both fighters for different reasons.
The commentator, Showbiz the Adult, pointed out that Terence Crawford has never fought an opponent like Canelo Alvarez before. He stressed the importance of experience against top-level competition, something Canelo has always faced in his career. Showbiz the Adult said this fight will be a big test for Crawford, as it will challenge him in ways he hasn't been challenged before. Despite Crawford's impressive skills and achievements, facing a fighter like Canelo, with his experience and versatility, will be a huge step up. The result will show if Crawford can succeed at the elite level.
Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. We keep bringing up the weight class, but that's not my thing. This is what I'm mostly thinking about when it comes to that matchup. Terence Crawford has never met anyone like him. Y'all don't understand the importance of that statement. In order to beat Canelo, you gotta be great first. Triple G, Floyd, Bill, you gotta be great because Canelo is great. Canelo ain't just a big tank guy, that's why he's great. Hit, good speed, accuracy, great heart, guts, shit, he's great. He has that X factor that only the great ones have. He fights more often than Crawford, at least twice a year. And he doesn't stop fighting. He fights through knee injury, wrist injury. If you're 6 foot something, if you're 5'11" or 5, it doesn't.
Former opponent Amir Khan shared his thoughts on facing both Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. He acknowledged Canelo's huge power, but mentioned that despite his strength, Canelo can be hit. In contrast, Khan pointed out Crawford's excellent defensive skills, saying he's harder to land punches on. Khan emphasized that while Canelo's offensive power is strong, Crawford's ability to avoid punches and control the pace of the fight makes him a tougher opponent. This comparison shows how the two fighters have different styles, which makes a fight between Crawford and Canelo very interesting.
I want them both. Like, what are the differences between them? Canelo's strong and he's easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't even hit clean. They both hit hard because, and you can see the strength when I was fighting against Crawford. He is very strong as well. So look, yeah, but why does he need to give that much weight? He's pound for pound #1 in the world. Why does he have to go for fighting Canelo?
Boxer Edgar Berlanga acknowledged Terence Crawford's legendary skills and achievements, but pointed out Canelo Alvarez's big advantages in weight and size. Berlanga said these physical factors could play an important role in deciding the outcome of the fight. While Crawford is known for his great boxing ability, Berlanga suggested that Canelo's natural size and strength might give him the upper hand, especially as Crawford moves up in weight. This difference in physical attributes could affect the dynamics of the fight and favor Canelo, even with Crawford's technical skills.
My brother, Terence Crawford, wants to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Just from your expert opinion, knowing how Canelo fights, what he's like in the ring, I know you haven't been in the ring with Terence, but what do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, that, anything can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that, his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better, you know what I'm saying? But Crawford is a legend, bro.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can't count him out.
Stephen A. Smith has expressed concerns about Terence Crawford moving up 3 weight classes to fight Canelo Alvarez. He pointed out the big differences in size, power, and experience between the two fighters, suggesting that Crawford might be at a disadvantage. Smith questioned whether this bold move is smart, considering the challenges of facing a much larger opponent like Canelo. While Crawford is an elite fighter, Smith believes the weight jump could be too much, and the fight might not go in Crawford's favor. This raises doubts about whether the matchup is a good idea.
I think should be gone. The notion that Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes in 21 pounds to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jamel Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? When Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life. And he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it. And lost fight number 2. Trained him for Rocky 3. And then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago. Because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs to let it go. Too small.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.